Hi everyone, so I've been wanting to make this video for a while and I'm just basically finally getting around to doing so. This video is basically just going to be talking about exercise, what you can do when you're dizzy, what I did, my advice. I was going to do this in the gym and then I actually thought, you know what, it's better to just talk everyone through it. And everyone's so different that I can't kind of show what I would do and then you copy it because we could be at completely different levels. So it's just going to be my advice as a personal trainer, not as a medical professional. Like, I'm not a doctor. Doctors will probably tell you different things, but this is literally just my personal opinion, and I will put a little bit of an update about where I am now. Although I did make a video about that not long ago, so I don't want to like post. I don't want to talk too much about that. If you want to check that out, you can look at my other videos. And also I just want to say thank you so much to everyone that has watched these videos. I never thought I would be making YouTube videos about some weird migraine illness that I have, or that anyone would actually care to watch these videos, but as they've been so popular, I have decided to keep making more videos. What I would say is I will put my Instagram handle in here. If you do have any questions or anything, please just send me a message on Instagram. I find it really difficult to reply on YouTube. My Instagram is @AmyShock, but I will put that in the handle. So yeah, if you do have any questions, feel free to message me. And sorry if I don't reply on YouTube, but you can find me on Facebook and stuff. I'm much more likely to see the messages. I find it really hard to reply on comments on YouTube, so sorry about that. So when I first got this bad bout of migraine associated vertigo, I have had it since I was a kid, but when I got this like really severe relapse of it, exercise was really hard, and obviously it took me a while to figure out what was wrong with me. What I would say is you really, really have to listen to your body, and you really can't underestimate how much your body can and can't like handle, especially at that like time. I was probably being really stupid and doing more than I should have, so I'm not going to advise anyone to do what I did. I tried to completely continue what I was doing with work and with training, even though I felt so dizzy and the whole room was moving and I felt spaced out and like I was on acid 24/7. I still just tried to carry on because I thought it would help, it would make me less depressed. I don't know, that's not my advice. I do think, you know, my doctors told me to take time off work, and you know, they wanted to sign me off for a year and not to do any exercise except Pilates and maybe like small walks. The problem with all of that is I work for myself, I'm self-employed, so that was just not possible. And secondly, I would have been really depressed. So I kind of just pushed through, and I don't know if I think that's the right thing to do. I don't think it is, but it's just what I did and what, you know, worked for me. Maybe I would have recovered or got better quicker. Who the hell knows? I don't even think a doctor could tell any of us that. So for the first like 4 months, like I said, I was kind of trying to continue, but I'm just going to kind of give you my advice on what I think you should avoid and my advice as a personal trainer. So head movements don't really bother me. Now, if they do bother you, then I highly suggest that you don't do anything. Even if it's a squat that goes up and down, like your eyes are still going up and down with you, and it can really like set you off. So if you are someone that is kind of affected by head turns and up and down movements, then things that I suggest you do are like machine work. So any machine in the gym where you're in a stable, still position should be absolutely fine for you. Sorry, I have just had to blend 2 videos together, so please excuse that. As I was saying, anything in a stable position, like in a machine that kind of doesn't have any head turns, so like a chest press, a leg press, the machines all around the gym are completely fine. What I would say is if you are really feeling quite bad, then pace yourself, maybe start off doing like 10-20 minutes and then kind of building up from there and seeing how it affects you. Remember, it won't necessarily make you feel bad right after. I mean, it might, but it might actually take a few days for your body to kind of start reacting to it, which I found, which is really weird. I would go light, especially because your muscles are really quite fatigued. So from kind of trying to balance all day. So that's also my advice for that. If you are someone that is not affected by kind of head motion up and down, then there are lots of things that you could do. So body weight squats, again, you can obviously use machines in the gym, lunges, stuff like that. There's not too much that you need to avoid if you've got like, if head movements and stuff don't affect you. But what I would say again is you really just need to pace yourself and take it slow. So it's not that none of us can't do exercise, we can, but we just need to remember that we're not how we were before. And as frustrating as that is, you just need to kind of pace yourself and see what your body can and can't handle. So for me, like HIIT training was just a no. Running, again, just no way, especially outside. But I don't think I need to explain that. I still don't run on a running machine. It's not something that I still think that will trigger me. It's a lot of stimulation with my eyes, which is odd because up and down doesn't really bother me. So I do incline walking. And even if you're at a stage where you just incline walk, like you do an uphill walk on the running machine, then that is okay. You just need to start at an easy pace and gradually build your way up. And also you can totally bring tinted lenses into the gym with you because my gym has really funny lights. So I definitely recommend getting some glasses that you can put on and they'll kind of like take away the bright lights of the gym. Yeah, so HIIT training, avoid that. That just isn't great for your head. Box jumps used to really affect me. I used to get like flashes in my eyes when I did that. Now after about a year I could do that. I'd say after 2 years, which is where I'm at with this now, I can do most things except the running. I don't know if I could or couldn't do that. I just don't want to test it. But I have recently bought a puppy, and since I've been walking her outside every day for like half an hour, it has triggered off symptoms for me, and it's the only thing I can think of that I've changed. So I'm only assuming that with work, and it's all like a bit of a jug theory, so I guess work, clients, training myself, taking my dog outside has just kind of taken me to the threshold. So I'm gonna kind of just see how that goes. It's always disheartening, but I'm not, my brain is clearly not fully back to normal, and that's okay. But being outside has always been the worst thing for me. So even the fact that I can walk her outside is a big achievement. And I also did go ice skating a few weeks ago, which wasn't fun because I'm not how I was before, but at least I could actually do it. And I only fell over like once. But yeah, I could definitely feel the difference. And these are just things that I've learned to accept, that I have this, and maybe there's certain things that won't feel how they did before, but that's okay. Like that, it's just something that I have to accept. But being outside, I think for me is definitely my next goal would be to run outside. It's just being outside is just too much stimulation for me. My eyes and brain don't really work together, so it's like, yeah, like it's difficult. And I think if you have this disorder, you'll know that being outside with a lot of stimulus or being in busy places is probably going to be the worst you feel. So that is my advice on fitness. I hope it's been kind of helpful. I guess it's really difficult because I can't kind of like show specific exercises. I will make some workout videos that I think are like dizzy friendly, but as everyone's at a different pace, it's quite hard to advise. But like I said, if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to help anyone with like the exercise and stuff. And I have online coached a few dizzy people. So again, if you want to like give me a message and you want some advice, like more than happy to help and give my advice. Update with me. So I've been taking venlafaxine now for 6 months. 6-7 months. I'm at 112 milligrams. I haven't actually found it too difficult to go up from 75 to 112, but I did get symptoms starting and going up to 75. I'd say my baseline is usually 60 to 70% most days. The last week has not been a good week for me. I think it is walking my dog. I've had like headaches, like frontal headaches, like sicky headaches, off balance, like wobbly again, and more spaced out. But that probably is due to walking my little pup. But I'm going to try and go up to 150 and see what happens. It is disheartening, like, trust me, like, I'm over this shit. I'm just like all of you are, but I think from everyone that I've spoken to, this just isn't something that goes away quickly. Actually, let me rephrase that. If you have a really bad relapse, it can take a while for it to settle down. I have had relapses in the past, didn't take drugs, and it did go away by itself in a lot less time, like 8 months to a year. So, but they were really minor relapses. I guess this time my brain just had a big shock with, I was really debilitated by this. So, go figure. But the worst symptom for me, as you all know, is feeling spaced out. And to describe that to people that don't know what that means, if you're new to my videos, kind of feels like I'm underwater. Like my head, you know that feeling when you're underwater and your head feels like it's got something around it? That's kind of what it feels like. And I feel like there's something in front of my eyes, like an invisible piece of glass, but like a really thin piece of glass. And when I'm outside, I feel very dreamlike. It's better inside, so it definitely has improved. In the beginning, I literally felt suffocated, like something was like suffocating my face. It is a lot better, but I've got to be honest, like if I didn't have that symptom, I'd be like 80-90%. I'd say a big part of my symptoms are that symptom. Okay, sorry about that, got interrupted again. Sorry, my brother's downstairs asking me a million questions while I'm trying to make this video. So yeah, that's the worst symptom for me. I think if I didn't have that symptom, I'd be able to deal with it a lot better. But I have realised that a lot of people have this symptom and it's pretty common. I think in the beginning I freaked out because, I mean, never in my life did I think I'd feel like dreamlike. Like, that's just fucking crazy. Like, it sounds crazy. And I just don't think you could comprehend it unless you felt it. But it's super isolating because you feel continuously detached from your life, which also sounds crazy, but it's a thing. And for anyone that doesn't know what causes this, I have researched this now till the cows come home, and my best explanation is that where the brain is not getting correct balance signals from the ear, the eyes, the brain, they're all a bit confused. It produces this feeling of feeling detached from your reality. So that is what doctors have told me, and until I guess my balance system is back to normal, my brain kind of rewires itself, that's not going to go away overly quickly. And for most people that I speak to, this seems to be the symptom that just doesn't fuck off till like the last bit. And I have met a lot of people with this condition. So anyways, I've blabbed for a really long time, but I really hope these videos help people. Like, I am stunned that it has helped so many people, but I think that migraine associated vertigo, or I just call it a balance disorder. Like, I know it has migraine-y tendencies, but it pretty much is a balance disorder. I think it's a lot more common than people think. I just think people don't really know what they're dealing with. I mean, the amount of, I've had this since I was 12 and only got diagnosed, you know, at 31. Actually, I got diagnosed at 19, but I didn't even know what it was then. And because it was so intermittent and I used to kind of get symptoms that used to like come and go and not really bother me too much, I never really thought about it. So that's a really common pattern with a lot of people. They don't know they've got it. And, you know, I guess if it's not debilitating your entire life, like, you probably wouldn't care that much to go to a doctor. But I think that's why it is a lot more common than people think. I just don't think people get diagnosed, and I don't really think people know what's wrong with them. So I guess that's why people come across my videos. They're like, oh, I did have symptoms as a kid. Like, I always used to feel spaced out when I was a kid in busy places. I'd feel lightheaded, I'd get headaches. Light sensitivity, like lights would trigger me off. My light sensitivity is also a lot better now, so I definitely think Ven or time is helping, but I'm not going to come for the drug to figure that one out just yet. So yeah, like, I got this in October, the end of October 2017. So it's been 2 years and like 3 months, and yeah, like, obviously I'm a lot better. I'm not limited. I can do most things. I don't like walking outside. It's not my funnest thing. I don't like being in busy places. I might get a shit day. Like, where I've had like flare-ups the last week, I've had to, like, I've been sleeping. Like, the tiredness is like overwhelming. I've like just been passing out for like 13 hours a day, which is crazy. And it's so not like me, but I have to listen to my body and kind of cut back on my triggers and kind of remember that it's a jug and that, you know, I have to kind of watch it. So I've been eating a lot of eggs, MSG and caffeine, and these are things that really trigger me. So got to kind of cut them out again. And looking after puppy is probably not helping. But, you know, I'm sure a lot of you have got kids and it is so difficult having this and having a life. But there are worse things, and thank God that we have the internet and we can all talk to each other and support each other. So that is really important. And, you know, for anyone that doesn't have migraine, I'm pretty sure they are sick of me talking about this, but, you know, you don't have to listen to my videos or read anything that I write about it. But anyways, I hope you guys have found this helpful. This has been a really long video. If there's anything you want me to make videos about, I'm more than happy to do so. And yeah, if you ever have any questions, then you can hit me up on Instagram and I will leave it at the end of this video. So speak to you later, guys. Bye.